Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Blair County Beat. Today we're sitting down with DeLeo Games employees Jim Gregory and Katie DeLeo Link to learn more about what skill games are and what they aren't. So, we'll get started. Okay, this question was written recently. So in Tuesday's Altoona Mirror, there was a headline on skill games, and the article mentioned that the state Supreme Court ruled them illegal. What are your thoughts on the court's ruling, and do you think this spells the end of skill games in Pennsylvania?
I'll tell you what I told the room full of employees yesterday, that it means change for skill games. It does not mean the end of skill games, and we can talk more about why I believe that. One is because of the amount of revenue that it creates for the state of Pennsylvania, anywhere from $500 million to $1 billion in tax revenue in a state that's looking for revenue streams to support all the programs that our elected officials want to see support for. But in our meeting yesterday, when I talk about what change means, it either means things are going to get better or they're going to get worse. We have no reason not to think that they're not going to get better. Especially for DeLeo Games. As DeLeo Games has been known to do things the right way when it comes to their business acumen, I believe that if we just keep doing the next right thing, right things will be done. And I believe that the legislature knows what the right thing is. It's just a matter of both parties coming together with the governor and coming up with what's best for all the parties involved, including our taxpayers, and our players and our small businesses and our VFWs and our libraries and our fire departments and first responders that count on this revenue that's been generated from the proceeds of skill games, that everybody can win. It's now up to the legislature to finally do what they've been asking. They've been asking for the state Supreme Court to just make a decision to give us some direction. And they've done that. I can say I've been begging for it. But I can also say that Tom DeLeo has been waiting 9 years for this. And so here it is. It is a long time. And I thought his comments in that Altoona Mirror article were perfect. We welcome it. We're glad it's happening. And we look forward to the legislature doing what's right by all the people involved in what skill games has brought the Commonwealth. I know, Katie's been in this a lot longer than I have, and this is a family business for them. And I know she can speak to what it means to her and her family as well.
Yeah, this was my first kind of question for you. So DeLeo Games began in 1945 with peanut machines and has evolved into a multi-state entertainment business. What are you most proud of when you look back on the company's journey?
I would say the thing I'm most proud of is my family. I mean, looking back, it started with a peanut machine, and you fast forward to today and look how much we've grown. It's pretty amazing to think that I got to watch my dad work alongside with my great-grandparents, and I would go to work with him, and I would be taking stuffed animals from work, taking them home. And you fast forward to today, now my kids are going to work with me, and we're taking stuffed animals home, like I used to do. I'm proud of the family that works at DeLeo Games. I get to work alongside my parents, my husband, uncles, cousins. I got to work with my grandfather, Joe, who recently passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, and he had taught me so much wisdom and knowledge about the business, and just along with my other coworkers who feel like family. I'm just proud of what the business is, and just, you hear a lot of people saying, I don't think I could work with family, And
I know, I was sort of thinking that, like, could I work with my mother? I kind of do right now, and it's like touch and go.
Right, but you know what? In the end, I feel like it's brought me closer to my family, and we really pride ourselves on a family-oriented business.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
I have to say, though, she's leaving somebody out.
Who?
are you going to say how nice it is for Charlie to come to
Yes,
work
I
too?
have. I get to bring my dog to work, so that's an extra bonus.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, he brings joy to everybody.
Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
yes.
I know some companies that do that, or they have like doggy daycare in the company building,
Right.
which is so nice.
Yes, definitely.
One question, like, what is a peanut machine?
The peanut machines where you would put, the quarters in the peanut machines, and they would dispose of the peanuts. So at different bars, people would be at the bar and they would want peanuts, and my great grandparents would go out to the bar and they'd fill these peanut machines.
Pistachio machines
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jim, what can you tell us about your role at DeLeo Games?
So thank you for asking. My title is Director of Business Development and Customer Relations. And it's not something that they had previously.
Okay.
But the opportunity to recognize that skill games as an industry was growing for many years organically, but to now take those customers that we currently have and let them know how much we appreciate them, to be a face for the most part of the organization, that when I go into a place representing DeLeo Games, for a customer that we already have, to let them know that we truly do appreciate, and here's what we're doing for you. Here's what we're speaking for you when it comes to advocacy in Harrisburg, now that we have legislative action in the offing. But also then as business development to find new opportunities and locations. It's amazing that the day after the news broke, that we set a personal Jim Gregory record for the number of calls for installs that came in since I've been there. We took 5 new installs.
Yes.
And so people, they see the story in the news, but it's not dissuading them from recognizing that they believe this is a good thing for them. It's going to help their business. It's going to help improve their employees' lives because they have more money to supplement their business with.
Right.
And so as a result of that, that's why I keep professing to anybody that will listen within the company, and they're so good at recognizing that this is really potentially the best thing that could have happened for all involved in this industry.
So do you know about how many skill games like DeLeo Games has distributed? I mean, I don't know. Like, when did skill games really start?
So do you want to take this one? Because you talked about the story, and we asked him yesterday how many he's now purchased since that first one. Yeah.
It was
Two.
2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it started off with one, and I would say we're up in the thousands, like 2,000 games,
Okay.
give or take, yes.
When did they start as like becoming a thing? Like when did anybody know?
10 years ago?
Yeah, I would say about 10 years ago.
Okay.
They really hit off.
Oh, okay.
But there's just another part of that story that I think is definitely worth telling, especially with Mom
Right.
being a part of our audience, that, as a business owner and a business leader, I so appreciate the family's willingness to take chances. And for Tom to, those many years ago, take advantage of an opportunity that was presented and let Colleen know that he had purchased his first skill game machine
Right.
because he wanted to take a chance. He thought it had some possibilities. And to now see us at 2,000 plus machines and what that has done for so many people, that's an amazing story that is going to be part of this family's legacy for a long, long, long time.
Yeah. So, Katie, growing up in the family business, did you always know you wanted to someday work at DeLeo Games?
Well, I was in the medical field for years, and then I was able to be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
And then once my kids got a little older, the opportunity arose that, we want you to work at DeLeo Games. And so I joined the family business, and it's been one of the best steps I've ever taken, and I'm very grateful to be a part of it.
That's awesome. So, Jim, DeLeo Games has been a fixture in the community for 80 years. What has it been like working for a company with such a long-standing reputation?
81 years. This family, until Skill Games came along, put food on their family table a quarter at a time.
Okay.
25 cents at a time, a nickel at a time, a dime at a time, filling up buckets with silver coins at locations like Lakemont Park, where there was an arcade of games, pinball, jukebox, dart games, pool tables. And to see the organic growth of the company in the last 10 years, The reason I'm there
Yeah.
is because of Tom and Colleen, because of their generosity. They were supportive of me in a previous career as well, and they helped me be supportive in my legislative career with our libraries, with our volunteer fire departments, the Giving Foundation that exists in the skill game industry. The Giving Foundation is part of Pace-O-Matic and the Mealy family. To be able to recognize how much they just are grateful for the people that have helped support them over
Yeah.
these many, many years, decades, 81 years.
81.
And it's been hard work.
Yeah.
There's nobody I can think of that is more deserving of where things are today. To see a room full of employees and those families that are being supported with their health care, with their salaries, with all the things that come along with being a full-time employee, up to, I think, 25 employees now.
Okay, I was going to ask.
I
Yep.
knew you were.
You read my mind.
I did. But it's just part of a successful business. And we have so many successful businesses in Blair County. Some of them, many of them, can actually say they're successful today because of the presence of DeLeo Games in their businesses.
Yeah.
And that's what the legislature's got to recognize, is that these proceeds are helping to keep the lights on, helping to keep health insurance for their employees, put food on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have a lot of, I think stores going out. I read today's article about skill games, and they interviewed a lot of people who have them in their stores or their businesses, and these people were adamant that without the skill games, they would probably go out of business.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it's not just the businesses. During COVID especially, the VFWs, when I think of the VFW in
right, the
Williamsburg,
veterans.
that's already, certainly veterans. But when I think of an organization like that in Williamsburg, small community, that during COVID, the only thing that kept them open providing services for veterans was the presence of the money that came in. And it's not a lot. It's just enough
Yeah.
during a time when you had no other sources of revenue, that this is what kept those services for veterans and that social activity for veterans in a community like Williamsburg, which is, I know,
Yeah.
in the hearts of the DeLeos, Williamsburg is a very special community, if I may say. I can say that with assurance and definitely a big part of a community that they really love.
Okay. Cool. So, Katie, your family has successfully navigated the transition from pinball machines and jukeboxes to internet-based systems and skill games. What has allowed DeLeo Games to adapt so effectively over the decades?
I would say the customer service. We listen to what the customer wants. We're very hands-on, and we keep up to date with the technology. And we have a wonderful service team with 81 years of experience under their belt. Everybody brings something unique to the table. Everybody knows something different, and they learn off each other. And that's what really separates us, is the years of experience we have and the great employees.
Yeah. Customer service is so important these days.
Right.
I mean, it's not what it used to be for many places.
And another thing is 24/7, you can call our service team and they will find a solution to fixing the problem.
Great.
We're just very hands-on and able to adapt.
Yeah, we
well, the
like to say
situations.
we don't take a back seat to anyone when it comes to service.
Yeah.
And the only good machine is an earning machine.
Yeah,
And these
working
businesses
machine.
rely on those machines working. And so it's really important that we can attest and back up with our actions the words that we put forth to say that we service our machines, and 24/7, you won't be down for a day.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we have a very dedicated, hardworking staff that, very proud of them.
That's great.
Yes.
So, Jim, what do you think sets DeLeo Games apart from other companies in the amusement and gaming industry?
What separates them?
Yeah,
Sure. I think it's mostly kind of what I've already talked a little bit about, and I'm happy to repeat myself in some regards, but adding that when I can stand in front of our business in the parking lot at a Martin's General Store in Saxton, small community,
Yeah.
and team with the Martin's General Store folks that are some of our best partners in this industry, 30 volunteer fire departments being represented, and the Pace-O-Matic and Mealy groups that are part of the software and construction of the machines.
Okay.
To know that together we came up with $90,000, $60,000 from the DeLeo family and $30,000 from the other groups to help support volunteer fire companies in that region, 30 of them. Now, if you do the math, that's about $3,000 for each one.
Yeah.
If you think that doesn't sound like a lot of money, go ask the fire chief of the Saxton Volunteer Fire Department. They'll tell you what that money represents. And that's just one time. There's many times where those contributions are made by this family. And that is definitely, in my mind, what separates us and separates why I'm here being a part of this. I'm so blessed that I have this opportunity, because I came from a realm of wanting to do good things for people as a state representative, and now to be able to do it with this kind of support, it means a lot.
That's great. So Katie, under your father's leadership, DeLeo Games became a leading distributor of Pennsylvania skill games. Do you know what drew him to that market, and how has it shaped the company's growth?
What drew him to the market was another fellow friend that introduced him to the skills machines, and he was, very excited. It was new technology, a new game. And like I said, it started off with one game. He took off to other locations and introduced this game to other locations, and they were very excited. They loved the game. They loved playing the game. And that, with that, there was the growth. We moved from a small building to a warehouse. Like Jim said, we have about 25 employees, so the employee growth and just able to help impact the community. We're in a place now where we can give back to the community who has supported us for so many years.
I've read on your website all the places that you've donated to or given back to, and that's impressive because, I mean, some businesses have just one or two that they focus on, but you have several.
Yes, and I would just say through this growth, we've been able to help lots of people and lots of organizations and nonprofits, VFWs, fire companies. I mean, there's a huge list that we've given back to. And just on that note, my mom and dad, they're the most giving people and very admirable people. And I'm so proud of them. Just it means more than words to work for them because they are such giving people, and I'm very proud.
Good
learning. One of the things we talked about was when you give to other people, one of the benefits you should receive by doing that giving is joy.
Right. Yeah.
And I would venture to say that the cup of joy for the DeLeo family is overflowing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear.
For sure.
Jim, so technology has dramatically changed the industry over the years. From your perspective, what have been some of the biggest changes that you've witnessed?
In the technology? Yes, so some of it has actually happened while I've been there. I think this is my 9th week. Being able to recognize the technology that the DeLeo family invests in, for example, with skill games specifically.
Yeah.
In previous years, many, many years, winnings were handed out from a bag of money. And that is just a recipe for trouble.
Yeah.
And to recognize that there are now what we can commonly call redemption machines, we call them TRTs, but the redemption machine now allows for winnings to be dispensed using a code on a ticket that a skill game machine produces.
Yeah.
And while that's an added expense for the DeLeo family, because that technology exists and because of what it does to lower the prospect of malfeasance, it's a safety factor, it's a security factor, and it's a sales tool for us, because the owner of a property that has his or her employees in harm's way because of the presence of that kind of loose cash, it's not good.
No.
And so when we can tell them that we will not put machines in your location without a redemption machine, the sound of relief that you hear come from them when you tell them that, it's one of those things that when you talk about technology, that when we can do it that way, again, doing things the right way, the doors that open for you that might previously not have opened because they don't want to do it that way, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Awesome. So, Katie, with the legal status of skill games currently being considered by the Pennsylvania, well, I mean, I guess it has been decided, but how are you preparing your business for like the decision that they made? I guess there's a 120-day window, right?
Yes,
Right.
4 months.
Okay. And what really is happening during that 4 months?
So right now it's business as usual, we're saying, and we're anxiously waiting for a decision to be made to see, hopefully, that they will pass a bill or regulate the machines. And in that time, our voices can be really heard by reaching out to our legislators. And on our Facebook page, we have the link to patap.com. And this is when your voices need to be heard, how the skills are affecting your businesses, or if you're a player, how much you love these games. And during this 120-day window, this is when we need to, really join forces and really get our voices out there and how much it really means of how the skills games are really impacting our community and people's lives.
Yeah. Okay.
And PATAP stands for Pennsylvania Tavern Owners Association of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
They came up with that quite a while ago because obviously there are a lot more places with businesses than just taverns, but it does cover the gamut for us. And if you can encourage in this broadcast beyond what we're talking about now for folks if they're interested in having games, if they have our games, or if they're a player, that they want to sign up for that. And you can do that on our website. We can provide it to you if you want it as well. We gave you the cards for it. But it is important to let our legislators know that these businesses that we're talking about, they have become so reliant on the supplemental income. Many of them could be fine without, but they have improved their businesses for their employees by having the supplemental income. And they've not had to struggle as much. They've even added more employees because of this. The ripple effects of losing it would be very, very difficult for so many people. And I think some legislators that I've talked to already, organizations and social media that I've seen, and media outlets that I've spoken to as well, are very surprised at the amount of anger and passion that exists out there right now because it's now been brought to the forefront that something like this could happen, and they don't want to see that happen.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's why, like I said, we do encourage people to call your legislators, write to them. I mean, you're stronger as a team. My uncle said, rally the troops. Get people on that website. Your voices need to be heard. And you may think, I'm just one person, my voice doesn't need to be heard, but that's not true. Like, we all need to make that difference.
Yeah. So Katie, community involvement, you've already talked about this a little bit, but community involvement has become an important part of DeLeo Games' identity. Why has giving back to organizations like Healing Patch, WAW, PET, Identity, Recovery, and the Family Resource Center been such a priority for your family? So in other words, like, what drives you to want to give back to so many different organizations?
Right. I would say, just as DeLeo Games, just as the business aspect, you have to give back to the community. They support us, and like I said earlier, we're in a position where we can help others, and it fills our cup of joy to help others. And what better way to help your community than to give back?
Yeah.
And that I could go on with the different organizations that we have helped, but just a few examples would be, as Jim said, the 30 volunteer fire companies. We partnered with Martin Oil and Pace-O-Matic, and we were able to give back to them for the services that they provide and just different equipment that they needed. Also, we're a yearly sponsor for Girls Night Out.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I read about that. Yeah.
Yes, so that's involved with breast cancer research, and that hits home to us because my Nana's a breast cancer survivor, so that's very special that we're able to be a part of that. Another sponsorship that we do is the International Overdose Awareness Day in Blair County. So with that, we're able to help fund the program where they were bringing awareness to lives lost to overdose and family members. We also are able to supply funds for the angel bags for people who are recovering addicts, and these bags have like toiletries or just different things they need to get back on their feet, and that's very rewarding to see. Some other examples would the Allegheny Southern EMS, we were able to donate to them for their services, and just, they needed updated equipment like the CPR dolls and stuff. So different things like that, just giving back is so important to us, just to know that we made an impact on the community that has helped us grow in, 80 years.
Yeah, I wish more businesses
support.
saw it that way, but
Right.
they don't. So, Jim, DeLeo Games has expanded into several neighboring states. What challenges and opportunities come with supporting customers across such a broad region? Like, especially with what you said about the 24/7, service technicians. Do you have them stationed in those states too, or?
No, and just to be clear, when it comes to other states, when it comes to skill games, that is not something that we are able to do, but there are machines that we can provide to other states. And I would say that when it comes to the servicing of those things, that the industry is kind of like a fraternity, if you will.
Yeah.
Fraternity, sorority, to be equal in my comments. And that is that because it's a relationship business that we're in, that those kinds of relationships, when we have a need in some area that is, a far distance, that those relationships exist, and we can reach out to them and say, can you help us? And because of reciprocity, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
You help someone, you show grace to someone, grace will be shown to you times 10. When somebody has an issue, we are able to return that and help them when they need us wherever they are, that we can do. So it isn't necessarily with the skill game industry that we're in other states, but we do have opportunities to provide so many of our other games in places where it's amazing the number of people that call us from other places because they're just struggling to find it. You can't find a soda machine anywhere. Now, somebody called and asked, can we help them with one? That's not something that we do. But the kind of calls that come into us asking us for certain kinds of machines that we can help them with, you'd be surprised. Yeah.
Awesome. And my other question is for you.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Katie, I'm skipping you this time. So Pennsylvania skill games remain a topic of debate throughout the state. How do those ongoing discussions affect employees in the day-to-day operations? I mean, I think you kind of answered that a little bit where you sat them down and told them there would be change, right?
Yeah. And it's fine to kind of talk, because there's maybe some things I didn't say in the initial response. But to stand in that room and watch the professionalism with which our leadership talked and took the reins for our employees who, they rely on this. This is their livelihood. This is, for some of them, their careers.
Yeah.
And their families depend on this opportunity to make the car payment, to make the mortgage payment, to put their kids into sports programs, their insurance, and what have you. And to see Tom and Colleen take the leadership role in that room to let our employees know that this is just another day.
Yeah.
This is no reason to think anything other than let's just do our jobs today. And I always say this. I haven't always said it. I'm glad I learned it when I did. That if we just keep doing the next right thing, good things will happen.
That's true.
Just keep doing the next right thing. And I can tell you that I have witnessed, and Tom, he gets it. He talks about it all the time. Jim, I'm so glad that you were with us, because I just needed somebody to help me continue to spread that message that we're just going to keep doing the next right thing.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, Katie, there are now 4 generations of the DeLeo family connected to the company. What does that continuity mean to you personally?
It's an honor.
Yeah.
Just the legacy going on, and I've seen all the hard work that's been put into it. And I told my mom, it's like being handed a pen, and I'm reading the next chapter to the story. I've read the chapters, that have come before me, and I'm looking forward to what I can bring to the company. I've got to work alongside my grandfather Joe. I'm working alongside my dad, and I'm learning from the best. I mean, my dad, I can't say enough good things about him. He takes the risk. He's fearless. He's an awesome leader. He brings light to every room that he walks into, and just to have that mentor to look up to, it's priceless.
It's great to have a mentor.
Yes.
Yes. So Jim, what has been, I know you've only been there 9 weeks, but what has been one of your most memorable experiences working at DeLeo Games so far?
Certainly yesterday would be near the top of the list, and how I described just how, the day started with a certain feeling to it, and then to see by the end of the day that because we didn't fret is just worry that, God says worry is just wasted time, or you plan, I laugh. That's God's message, right? So just let the day happen. And I'm so glad that we were able to do that as a team, to then end the day with 5 new locations, one in games. And that our folks, when they came back in from the field, were still feeling positive. That's certainly one of the highlights. The Martin General Store opportunity that we had 2 weeks ago now, that was just amazing. There's so many different experiences I've had already, but those 2 certainly are right at the top of the list when you ask about one of the most memorable. I will say that I will never forget the first day I sent a text to Tom and said, Tom, I'm thinking about maybe doing something different. And he texted right back and said, were you in a meeting yesterday with us? Because we were just talking about how we need to have somebody come in, and would you be able to come in tomorrow? We'd love to talk to you. And then a couple of weeks later, here we are. That's amazing. Like, if I don't recognize God's work in that and God's plan for me in that, I'm really
just meant to be.
Missing the boat. So,
That's awesome.
That's another thing about the company. Everybody is so uplifting and positive, and just as Jim said, God's going to lead you through it. Whatever happens is going to happen, and we all uplift each other. It's a strong team, a strong family, and as I said before, the co-workers that aren't blood related, they are family to us. It's very family oriented, and I just love that about the business.
Sounds like you've been able to pick some very good employees.
Yes.
Which is sometimes you never know when you're interviewing what you're going to get ultimately when they start. So looks like you guys have made some right choices there.
Have I talked to Tom and Colleen yet about adopting me? So I can have
wants to be adopted.
Everybody wants the DeLeo last name.
Oh, that's funny. So, Katie, when people think of DeLeo Games 20 years from now, what do you hope they say about the company's impact on the communities and businesses it has served?
I hope in 20 years from now, people look back and think, wow, they such a loyal business, trustworthy, hardworking, the service, just amazing things. And just to look back and think, look how many people and the community they helped impact their lives. And, just even today, I hear so much about my great-grandfather and my grandfather Joe. People are always saying, what wonderful people they were and the business, and especially my dad. Nothing but nice things to say, and I hope that continues.
Oh, that's great to hear. Jim, so looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of the company and the industry as a whole?
So great question. Certainly, the ability for us as a company to be mobile, agile, to adjust, to recognize change in the industry, and that's been a part of DeLeo Games for a long time. And so our adjusting muscles are flexed, and their tone, because they've done it for so long. Whatever the next chapter is going to be, depending on what happens with the legislature, I feel because of that history of the willingness and ability to adjust, we're ready. And for me, in my role, that's exciting, because challenges are opportunities. That's it. Do with it what you want. Make of it what you want. The support that I have from them to do that, I've experienced that so many times when it comes to business opportunities that I brought to them, and they said, let's go for it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Do you know how many
That's
people would love to have that in my position and
Yeah.
don't?
No, I don't know anybody who's
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like playing in the sandbox.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, really, that ends the questions that I have. Do either of you have any last kind of remarks that you want to say, or about?
You? Go ahead. Okay. The circle of life that exists in this very studio for me, to know back in the early 90s that I started doing a show on cable access in the high school studio with Neil Riddell, who's a relative of the family. And we did the Press Box show for 15 years, and now here we are doing this show with you. I wish you the best. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate that.
yeah, you're doing a great job.
Yes,
So
thank you.
this is a great opportunity for us, and we're grateful for the Cable Access Studio and your efforts. So thank you.
Sure, and we welcome you back. When something, if you have
Yes.
some news you want to announce or anything, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you too.